Alrighty, welcome back to yet another stream, my wonderful, loyal tome readers. It is good to see you again. It is good to be back into the hang of streaming again. For those of you who missed the good news on the last stream, I have a new job. It is going to be starting the 5th, so there may be some scheduling changes to how and when I stream, but do not worry. I still have some prep work to make, but I will be free for Halloween this year, which is on a Thursday, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is very fun, but also not super eventful stream. I'm going to go through, off stream, I'm going to go through Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, get to the point where you have access to as many possible card options as there are, and I'm going to start trying to create every single possible combination for, if nothing else, the card names that are going to come up. I think it'll be a very fun. But yeah, I need to get... I'm going to need to make an Excel spreadsheet for this, I'm sure. But regardless, we are going to do our best. Ignore the buzzing in the background. That is just... Oh, fuck. No, it can wait. It can wait. We have got more Tavern talk today. Let's see, was there any other news I'm forgetting? New job, upcoming schedule, Halloween event. No, I can't think of anything else, so yeah, why don't we just get right into it? But first, we are still in the spooky month, so let us get our Spooktober costume on. The Wonderful Lucifer, courtesy of Zach Morrison's wonderful webcomic. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned last stream, but I will say it again. He actually just got to the final page of Chapter 8. There was a massive fucking change and reveal of lore. So if there's any time to jump on this webcomic, please do so now. Because holy shit, the fandom is big. It's not like the biggest fandom, but good lord. The theories, and especially on like Tumblr, people are able to pull up the posts like, I think this is leading to that, and now they can just pull out their receipts like, I fucking called it, guys. It's great. And also, for those of you who have not been in the fandom for Paranatural, usually, like the last few years at least, and there are plans to do it again this year, they do like an art trade event for Christmas. So if anyone's interested in getting in on that, please look to Tumblr, because a lot of the big Paranatural blogs do go all in on that, spreading the word and helping organize it. But yeah, let us go ahead and jump into Tavern Talk, where we left off. Which is not that one, that is my off-stream one, which I'm only 5 chapters ahead, yeah. But each chapter is just a different day, different things that happen. So, in the grand scheme, we might get to that point today. I'm not sure. But we'll do our best in 3 hours. Before that, let us sip. Hey, this guy. Good mythical morning. It's well past noon. It's still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. Like a gummy worm. One time, I've actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex. And did it work? No. But almost. Would have needed a drift of primordial sea to enhance the curvature, and that should have done it. But no access to primordial sea. Bummer. I heard that's not very easy to get. Theopractically it is. Theopractically? Practically in theory, duh. That makes sense. I get it. You do? Of course I do. Interesting. And suspicious. Are you mayhaps also a person of magic? Well, I do make magical drinks. Enchanted mixology. That indeed is a niche. Say, innkeeper, did something you make ever explode? Occasionally. Heck yeah, welcome to the club. I think I blow something up at least once or twice a week. I'm Hex, by the way. Nice to meet you, Hex. Nice to meet you too. Just innkeeper for now. Alrighty. Well then, innkeeper, how about a super wheezy breezy drink from me? Any flavors you might fancy? Maybe something... something that'll make me focus more. Perhaps help me better understand the primordial vortex? Gotcha. There we go. He needs 2 smarts, good. That's only a 2. There, Sparkling Nebula, the only option. Can we put a fun mixer in there, though? Not the Produce Sprain. Gives Dexterity, which we don't need. Nope. Also nope. Dang. Oh, there we go. This one, which gives, I believe that's Inspiration. And he did sound like he won a little bit. There's some Charisma, and some for Ondu, my special boy. There we go. Getting some big Homestuck vibes now. And because we can technically go over without altering the recipe, more. Nope, not that much more. There we go. Sparkling Nebula. This should boost your focus like nothing else. Amazing. I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get that primordial seawater to... Never mind. Explanation would be too complex to grasp. So... What complex reason brings you to my tavern, Hex? Getting away from the other smartest person in Asteria. And who would that be? Does it matter? Do you tell me? My sister. She's studying and drive me crazy with all of her theories. They're so reasonable, you know? No chaos, but there has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there? I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure. Oh, hey! Speaking of structure, that is a skeletal structure right there. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. Without structure, there is no chaos, and thus there'd be no entropy. I found entropy quite essential in this world. And you are? Oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to you, lad. And to you, innkeeper, is it? Correct. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. I'm... I suppose you may call me Scully. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken aloud. I'm an archivist. And at least I used to be. Now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to be still conscious. So, you're undead. Precisely. How? Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. It was like a long sleep, completely knackered for thousands of years. At least I believe it's been thousands of years. What year is it? 1755. Fuck, that brutally long? So, how did you come back to life? I'm not too sure myself. Woke up and I walked on like nothing had happened. Thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who had risen with me didn't seem to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, I didn't care. Those who'd risen with you, there are more like you out there? Course! Undead rarely rise alone. They must mostly serve a master. Right. However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way. Going south, I passed through Zoford and found a small little tavern. A little bit like this one, more nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. Never been a fan of seafood, though I got to listen to a lot of the town's gossip. Care to fill me in on that Zoford gossip? Well, apparently a well-known noble married a commoner, decided to run off with her, leaving the family without an heir. But there's more. Fishermen fear that Zoford has been cursed by a sea witch. They say the docks are being haunted by lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day they disappear like ghosts. Bit of weird curse. Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. Innkeepers say, do you have a drink for this undead fella? A drink and a mop? Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop. If you say so. What would you like? Something that'll loosen up this non-existent tongue. Something full of charm and appeal. Coming right up. Charm and appeal. Ooh. Right, bring it on there. We've got the sunny breeze and the spoken heart. We'll go with this for a little bit of brains too. Which I think again is some. Oh, wait. Aha. I can give some haste. So we do need 2 brains, which we will have bookend the rest of this mixing. And because we can actually go over the recipe. Hey, welcome. Thank you for the raid, Woody Wool. I appreciate you trusting me with your viewers. Those of you who are unfamiliar, I am Lucy the Ferris of the Morningstar Archives, head librarian. Good to meet you all. I hope you enjoy. Wait, was that a command, or was that just a really delayed raid thing? But yeah, thank you for trusting me with your viewers. I hope you enjoy your stay. Today I'm playing Tavern Talk. I'm a little bit into it, but each of the what do they call it? The chapters or the hacks? Let me just dang, it doesn't even say. Well, might as well save while I'm wrong one. Ooh, that's the one I'm doing for stream. Ooh boy. But yeah, I hope you enjoy story games. This one we pretty much mix up drinks with benefits. This one for charisma with a little bit of dexterity and brains as well. And we serve them to our guests. And on top of that, though we are not a guild, we also give out quests to the interesting customers who come in. Oh yeah, Fable's great. I love her. Rhea, let's see. I don't think I've run into Rhea yet in this particular playthrough. So hopefully she comes in soon so everyone else can appreciate her. But yeah, they're pretty fun. And like I said, we also... Oh, the dwarf, right. Sorry, I was thinking someone else. Actually, I'm not sure if she comes back for a while. I think she just took one of the longer missions. So she won't... She should be back in later in the stream. But yeah, hopefully everyone else here gets to enjoy her. If they have not on your own streams. Yeah, if I recall correctly, we're coming on this part where Mellie gets to take her first quest from us. And I think it is going to be very enjoyable. It's always very cute. But yeah, everyone take a seat unless you need to, pop up bathroom, get some breaks, or whatnot. Hope you enjoy. Oh, I actually did forget one thing. Sorry. I was in my Halloween costume. This is what I usually look like. My monastic appearance, wonderful halo. And I'm just Spooktober dressed up as the wonderful colorful figure in the bottom left from the Paranatural webcomic. Very fun. But yeah, you guys take a lurk, sit back, and I hope you enjoy the coming tales we're going to get from this undead fella. Which, yeah, I got Sunny Breeze ready. Ding ding. Wait. Wait, what I... Oh. I forgot that I need an extra one for that. So we need to do this. Got a little distracted. It has been a while since I've actually gotten a raid in. Yeah, ding ding. Sunny Breeze right up our undead fellow who claims he does not need a mop. We shall see. A real charmer, just for you. Surely, I feel I can conquer worlds with my words alone. Oh? Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words than worlds. Archivist things, you know? I spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. That didn't leave a lot of time for dreams of hubris. Are you sure? Academic hubris is a powerful one. Come on now, that type hardly counts. Agreed. It's only natural. Oh, I think you've given me an idea, Bone Man. I did? Yes, if I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could. Alright, I gotta go. My sister asked if you seen me. No, you didn't. Thanks, bye. Energetic young fella. Indeed. If you don't mind, innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment. Of course. Enjoy your stay, Skelly. Hey, it's Fable, my favorite elf. Let's see, how did I do a voice again? Hey, innkeep, how's it going? Oh, fine and dandy. How about yourself, Fable? I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently a bunch lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible. I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies, my manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation like that. I'm Scully. Fable? Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for the impulsivity. That's all right. I was just surprised you could actually talk. Oh, no offense. I just usually none taken. Usually skeletons don't speak. Theopractically, they don't. Theopractically, practically, in theory. Exceptions confirm the rule. You sound like a wizard. Please don't say that. Okay, let's pretend I didn't. Scully, how did you like their drinks? Surely an experience. I can feel the gurgling in these old bones. Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drink, innkeeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but something that enhances my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be very delicate with zucchini seeds or they'll give up immediately. And of course, coming right up. With her usual being the swift strike. Yep, and to help her out. Some of that inspirational goodness, but we'll also need some defense at the end of the drink to top her off with some defense. And whoop, 2, 3, and some for onto his tree. There we go. Ah, good boy. I hope this tastes refined enough. This is perfect. You know just what I need, innkeeper. Of course I do. After all, you're my favorite regular. I am? Yes. And you're my favorite innkeeper. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon? Oh, I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out. I do. But I think that the sooner everyone can get back to normal life, the better. Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have two. And I might know a thing or two about crops and fences. Sure. I could use some help carrying a few things over to Tregarin. My treehouse is just around the corner. Splendid! Sounds like a quite useful endeavor. I'll gladly indulge. Thank you. Innkeep, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you. What do you have for me today, Fable? Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice, so I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them. Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use. So, you accept donations for ingredients? Certainly. I can only get my hands on so many infusions myself. What about recipes themselves? It's always good to get more inspiration. Wonderful. My prior life I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe. Do you store it under your hat? Of course. Where else would I keep it? Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe, Scully. Innkeeper, thanks for being such a patient and pleasant host. I shall be on my way then, with Fable. But I'll be back, should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next. Let's hope not. I won't. I'm just joking around. I hope. I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyways, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You are still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose. I like how Scully left first, even though he would probably be following Fable. He's got his cape. Yes. He's still got a bit of slime too, but it's his choice. That I was able to witness such rarity in my lifetime. Immaculate. You would even get excited about a rusty nail. Of course I would. Such a splendid chemical process. Metals have a variety of chemical processes. Rust be my least favorite of them. Ruins lots of hard work. Does it now? Yep. Makes everything porous. Oh. Kyle, Rhea, nice to see you both again. Likewise, dear innkeeper. How has your day been? Can't complain. Had some interesting customers come by today. Like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in. Distinguished, yeah. Gentleman, quite, don't know. Giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman. What is it that makes you a gentleman? Manners. He was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with the tip of his hat. You find everyone polite, even your slime. But Mr. Slime is quite polite. Innkeep, say, that dagger over there. I feel like it's strangely familiar. For some reason, that reminds me of my dear Evelyn. Looks like the knife she used to peel oranges with. Highly impractical, I tell you. I'd imagine it would be. Do you know if that is her dagger by any chance? I think that might be a story for another day. Let's not worry about it now, shall we? Okay. So trusting. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now. Let's not talk about that just yet. Not yet. No. Tragic. I've always loved writing letters. Innkeep, you got a drink for me? Something that'll make me tougher. So I can get through today's babbling. Of course. Tougher means defense. Which, let's see. First notice we just got, so yeah, let's go ahead and use this. That can... Dang it, does not go well with the frozen pine cones. Tragic. We just got these in. This will actually work quite well. So there we go, that's the charisma boost. A bit of speed at the end, because we don't want Rhea to rush through the drink. Right, yep, that's 2. And 3 defense, just what the dwarf ordered. And some for my special boy Yondu. And send it through. First snow for the first customer to get back after we got it. Now that's what I'm talking about. A gift of the great dragons. Well, thank you. I gave it my best. Can taste that. Feel sturdier already. I had my doubts about you, Innkeep. I must say, you know your job. So, how's the day been for you two? The usual. Splendid. It was my first day in centuries, out under the rays of the sun. And how did you like it, Kyle? It's brighter than I thought. The light of the sun, I mean. Ray and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it full of daily life. There were so many people. Too many people. Just the right amount for a city. So vivid, it almost made me feel alive. Everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape. Is that the cape? The cape of invisibility? It absolutely is. How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Beruvia now? Huh? Why would we want to go there? That was the deal. I help you get your cape, so you can attend the fancy Beruvian vampire banquet and I get me gold's worth. Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that? No? What about me material then? Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany a while longer, though? Fine. Wonderful. Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy. What a great day to be a vampire. I've got my cape back, and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind already. Oh, wonderful. I wonder my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should. The air smells like reconciliation. Oh boy. So, you guys know how he was talking about, it's like, wow, this sure looks like Evelyn's. Well, yeah, that was gotten on her course by the adventurer who retrieved the cape that she had stolen from, I was going to say young Master Kyle, but I guess he's a vampire, so he must be old. So yeah, I think reconciliation is not an option right now. Didn't the rogue tell you what happened? You mean the young Echo? He said he had retrieved my cape. I'm sorry, Kyle. Pardon me, but what exactly do you mean? Countess Evelyn didn't want to give up the cape without a fight. She didn't make it. Oh. Say it ain't so, Innkeep. Unfortunately, it is. My dear Evelyn. Gone? Small vampires to walk Gaia. I had always assumed she'd walk the longest. I suppose death catches up with everything, eventually. Did she put up a good fight, at least? The best I've heard of in a while. Oh. That's how I remember her. I hope Duat holds her soul dearly. Do you have souls? Of course we do. Wish we could have at least danced once more time before Urdu wrote her final note. But alas, fate is cruel, especially to those who aim to live forever. A fate we rarely choose ourselves. Oh, how shall I ever recover from this? Maybe a drink could help for now. Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? Of course. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. Well, let's take a look at peak sunrise. Nah, it's all brain speed and a bit of charm. For strength, we do have Sailor's Courage. Yeah, I'll give him that instead of the weaker Southern Brawler. So this is one of the drinks where we do have to use an infusion, because it has a total of 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so what works well? Fire resistance. We'll give him a frost shield. Let's see, that's all we need for defense. Finish off. Strong fight at the end, just like Evelyn had. And then we need touch of speed. Starting off with charisma. Wait. We were going for Sailor's Courage, would I? Oh, because there's a minus, that's right. I always overlook the minus. There we go. There's a Sailor's Courage. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this will help. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Also, I'm sorry if anyone is hoping I'm doing a specific accent. I'm not, for Kyle. I'm just something vaguely foreign to not typecast a vampire. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Your trip to the capital. Busy streets, bustling with people. Roots. Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclosed the city almost like a rampart. Finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths were true. Myths. Myths, I've told you. Rumor has it these are the roots of the Aether Tree. Breaking through the surface, taking hold of Gaia, where they guard the capital. Ah, yes, a very good defense plan indeed. What is wood going to do to protect a city? A city is protected with stone. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured... Ooh. Oh? We've also met the lovely seraph again. How are her investigations coming along? Very well. She seems eager and determined. A detective spirit. Believe last made her way to Delwell. She seems to be onto something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Rhea, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Oi, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. Very well then. But you won't bunch on the shopkeep, will you? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alrighty then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Menthy in the flesh. This is the person I mistook earlier for Rhea when Suckin said, which is my bad. But it's just like, she's either got two hounds or I think it's Orthus is the mythical two-handed creature. Sorry, two-headed hound creature. In either case, I love them. I wish Minth would appear more. Menthy in the flesh. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. Must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? It'll be 25 years soon, actually. You know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have me to drop in from time to time to remind you. I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Cane along. Actually, one sec. Gonna screenshot this. Because I'm definitely going to try and make some kind of pun with Casket and Cane, the YouTube VOD. The wonderful beep of screenshot. Do cute service beats still get a discount here? Always. So, what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more moist? Not the word I'd have used, but something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. But here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the recent downpour, but no. The stuff that came pouring down was certainly unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before, though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible taking much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I pay so much attention to not endangering myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh, well, we're here now, aren't we? I do have to say, using the primordial vortex's way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear in the Lonesome Lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting, then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls may be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No. My manuscript, darling. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Of course. Your manuscript. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey? I'll do my best. Get mind refreshing, that'd be... Actually, what? Yeah, that's the inspiration shape. So we need brain. Yep, we'll give her a beak sunrise, because it's new. Yeah, it doesn't call for any defense, so yeah, we'll do that inspiration. We'll have end off in the last little bit. See, we need a touch of charisma to make up for our own lack thereof. Oh, come on, where's a second? There we go. There we go, peak sunrise, and then some for undo. Yeah. Alright, order a peak sunrise, a bit of inspiration. Thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down really quick. Take your time. So, while I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be. Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait, I must put it over there, actually. Alright. Given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return around 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Minth. Have a safe and pearl-full journey. That pun was forced. I'll try. To other dogs, though. 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? Alright, we got enough for a quest. Let's see, we got undead. Let's see, so for its familiars. No, not the stranger yet. Not that yet. Get out of the way. I don't think that either. Capital Rapmazoots, no. Another familiar. No. That goes with them. So it must be a familiar one. So for Zoford's docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in nighttime vista. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible for this. There's also slight unrest in Zoford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing recently. Not only that, there are a lot of people in Zoford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. What are they hiding? The scandal in Zoford. The lively port city of Zoford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seemed to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing, and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed Zoford's docks? We shall see. on to cleaning the shop, putting out the light. Alrighty, so before we start the next day, I need to take a very quick restroom break. So let me go ahead and put on a timer, just 5 minutes. BRB screen. Welcome, welcome, though we will wait just a little bit longer. Oh, I accidentally swapped the... oh, there we are, back to Halloween. But yeah, we will wait just a little bit longer before, well, just in case anyone's running late, haven't gone up to get a snack or another drink. But for those of you who perhaps don't rely on emails from Twitch, let you know when streamers go live. I know I certainly don't. I do have a few other options for people who prefer Discord alerts. I do have Discord set up. It is mostly just me putting out the alerts. Hey, I'm about to start stream and talking about tabletop RPGs. Those of you who are unfamiliar with me at all, I DM a game Friday nights, CST at least, and I'm also a player in a friend's game Sunday mornings. So sometimes I have stories to share about them, such as this last Friday night was the mid-campaign boss fight for my players. It's at the end of a dungeon with a very valuable library in it. And I worked very hard to get them to expend some of their more useful spell slots along the way. And this is a modified Runelord campaign, which is it's from Pathfinder 1 system. Some conversions, because my group's been playing 5e. But more or less the traps have been set up the same, just adjusted for the difficulty levels. Seeing as Pathfinder, first edition at least, had like knowledge roll DCs that can get up to 50 for what should be a level 12, 13 encounter. It's incredibly fun in that way. But yeah, the fight was hard, and although going into the actual final fight, I thought I had gotten the drain enough for any of their big important stuff. One, the Warlock had never used Dimension Door since they had gotten it. So not only did I forget they had it, there's no way the mid-campaign boss could have guessed and prepared against it. But there were some great moments from my side where I managed to get them to in a rush separate, with the druid getting hasted up, rushing into the final thing, because he's actually has some really good rolls in terms of damage with primal savagery. And while separated, hit him with enemies abound. So he started seeing his own allies as enemies, and oh, that got juicy. No bonuses from Bless or Emboldening Bond to assist him whatsoever. And then at another point, hideous laughter on the Artificer before dragging him through a door with Arcane Lock. It's like, oh, just chef's kiss. And it would have gone perfectly too if not for the Warlock having Dimension Door. So they didn't have to wait until the only one with Dispel Magic, our Cleric, to come up and just remove the Arcane Lock. But it was fun. Great campaign, even with the changes I've made to fit the setting I've done the previous campaigns with this group. Definitely recommend Rise of the Ruined Lords if anyone plays Pathfinder. It's very fun and very well made, despite being over... Gosh, what is it, like 12 or 13 years old now? I know I got the 10-year anniversary edition, because it has more fun DM stuff that I wanted. Beyond that note, I think we've given enough time for anyone who went up to get snacks, perhaps made dinner, though almost forgot the other link. Shoot, was it Blue Sky or Skies? We'll try Sky first. Okay, there we go. Because, Twitter's shitting the bed yet, because Elon Musk can't accept that he's a divorced guy or just make a second account. No, he's got to ruin the block function so it does not actually function as a block. So you can find posts from me there when I go live, as well as follow-ups when I raid out and who I'm raiding out to. And if I cut the space, why I'm raiding out to them. But on that note, let's go ahead and start day number 9, Crossing Threshold. 5th day of the Astral Moon. Hey, Fable's back. Good morning, innkeeper. Can you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. Let's see, do I have any other triple speeds yet? Nope, just Swift Spy. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't. Okay, just Swift Strike. Got it. We'll keep it simple for now. No infusion. Oh, there it is. Got defense. Got some brains. And the rest for agility. Better than a cup of coffee. Actually, wait. It does give haste. Now, but it gives charisma, so it wouldn't work, yeah. Swift Strike. Headshot. There we go. Don't speak to Fable after her cup of brew. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it then? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before, I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. You'll have much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. And take that advice to heart, Tome Readers. It is good to help people. It's good to want to help people. But do not date more than your bank account can afford. Do not overextend yourself and give your own... never budget your own time to relax. There is no sense in helping others if it does nothing but also hurt you in the long run. That is something I myself also struggle with, so there's also no shame in messing up from time to time. Just do your best. After all, the longer you live, the more time you have to help others, right? Why not try to do the most good that you can? But yeah, you'll have much easier time helping others if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout, Fable. I admire your kindness, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know you do. Stay and have a rest now, alright? Okay. Thank you. Oh, hey, who's this dapper fella? Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. Oh, what a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? Oh, god dang it, I accidentally hit the thing to switch again. My bad. Halloween Dubkin. What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes? Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. Okay, high defense. Let's see. I've done for Snowport. That's only got 2. There you go. I've done Frosted Lagoon in a while. Do that. Aha, and Frosted Lagoon does go well with the snow cones. It's snow pine cone portmanteau. You get it. You get what I meant. Okay, we'll end off with charisma, because I don't think he needs more at the start of this drink. We've already got the first of the power, so here's the last of the defense. And taste Rondu. And here's the fun thing, when you do infusions, you can go over. Number 3. bit more extra defense for this spirited newcomer. Frosted Lagoon. There we go. Liquid protection against your foes. Now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words aloud. I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself? How incredibly rude of me to forget. I'm Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lord Dorothea Bridget the 27th. An up-and-coming hero from Windmore, and who might you be? Actually, wait a second. Rewind a bit. So, daughter of Lord Dorothea Bridget the 27th. So, if I understand the typical standards of being the third, or the second, or the 27th, also includes having the same last name. So, you know what? Good on the Bridget family from being either powerful enough or respectful enough, or even just, not giving a fuck about gender roles enough to allow the name Dorothea Bridget go uncontested 27 generations in a row. That's impressive. Good on you and your family. But an upcoming terror from Windmore, you say? I am the up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove. You're Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Tregarin from werewolves? The very same. Wow, what incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Oh? Good things, I hope? Of course. They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways, and reunited a family. That's one way to put it for sure. They do have a way with words. Incredible. A true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald of Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey of becoming a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie is fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular. I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Ah, sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventures, and books are so full of them. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Books are cool? You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the innkeeper's journal. It's super cool. It's like, yeah, I've got so many bookmarks and notations and what have you. It's almost like I know exactly how much room I might need. The coolest. Oh. Well, actually, maybe. I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Don't worry. We're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventures and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things. such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Darian negotiations, or even become a diplomat myself. I think I'd fare much better as a savior of this world. Don't you think? The Darian negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Dyria itself. Just think about it puts me to sleep. Then perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically? With your literal hands? Ah, okay, so I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till our next quest, innkeeper. Till then. Oh, Archie's so fun. That was... adorable. Weird. Not because of him. He heard about me. Being a hero? That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone, anyway. They're much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to preserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and savior of Dragarin. All right. I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. Hey, our man of many names. I like how Mellie had to jump up. So I think I did a high-pitched voice for her. Big sip, that should be enough. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Mellie. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise, right, Mal? Can I offer you two a drink? Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up, by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to match... Sorry, wrong voice. I'm only trying to match wits here. So, you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. And I need to drink anyway. So you're sending Mellie on a quest alone, as is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. Well, Mellie isn't a part of the Shadowbanes, but she wishes to walk the path of thieves, so she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective, and that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly. But you have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for two people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I need to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Also, just a quick note here. I like how Fable just looks like disgusted with Malachite here. It's like, come on, man. She wants you there. It's fine. Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? But what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? I do! The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end. I think you should run away from the monsters, not towards them. That would depend on your choice of lifestyle. Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zoford with me. Listen, Melina. If I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours. And you don't even have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not. I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise his wool will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely. Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. But well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals. Pretty decent at crossword puzzles, too. That sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will. Certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing. Sometimes sing. Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine. But just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay! That sounds fun. Yeah, I called it in the title. Melting his cold little heart. You can do it, Mellie. Wonderful. So, do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mighty Mal then. No. How about John? Sure, John. So, John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quest given us Thoruf closely. I've come to the conclusion that there's only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witness testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars. They'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. For those who still refuse to talk to us, out of guilt or fear, we need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of our golden feathers. They do come with sweet aftertaste of haste. That way, you should be able to make it to Zoford much quicker. Great idea! I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. Having so much of the fighter, I see. When it's necessary. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies. Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Handu have fire breath? Technically, yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though. I'd love to try Handu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up when you return. It's very big out there. Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for quick arrival, charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance. Let me think about it. Honestly, last time I did the haste, so I think I'm going to go with the fire resistance one. So we need something with a touch of dexterity, but mainly combat. No dexterity. Oh, wait, no, it's the... Yes, there we go. That has the 3 in combat, 1 dexterity, and we should be able to get the frost shield to work. It'll be a little tricky, but I think the numbers will work out. Okay, so we will start with the 2 dexterity we need to put in, because that infusion has a minus to it. It is the arrest in... Oh, wait, shit. Not charisma. Thank you, Andu. There, for power. It's not Sailor's Courage? Oh, there is 1 charisma. Okay. Okay, Sailor's Courage. Let's double check the notes. 3 combat. 1 dexterity. Oh, wait, no, he said chili is not the frost shield. Shit. Changes everything. Shoot. Let's put that in before I forget. Let's see. Need to pour out 1 layer of... Oh, wait, no, I put it all the way at the bottom. Dang. There we go. Charisma. Now the rest power. There's Sailor's Courage with the chilies. God, we could have really messed that up. This gives choice of peppers or... shit. Haste the feathers, that's right. I think John is right. This might not end in a peaceful negotiation. Better safe than sorry. You get it. I don't want to be mean to them, though. We'll only be mean to the kidnappers. Seems fair. I guess it is. At least we'll be protected from all the wizard's fireballs. As we always should be. Let's go. We've got a long journey ahead of us. If we had taken haste... He's so weird sometimes. It's fun. I think he just wants to protect you. Don't tell him I said that. I won't. But do you really think so? I do. That would be so sweet. I should catch up with him then. Good luck on your quest, Mellie. Thank you. Is it okay if I leave with you? Before he changes his mind about Rufus. Of course. Then you can sing him a lullaby too. I don't think I will. We'll see. Have fun, Fable. Thank you. That's just the way it be sometimes. Ah. Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're all right. Likewise. Good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage. And the birds. And Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. Felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot, actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auroras touch the peaks. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It's the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also, caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of people. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who would really appreciate hearing that. And I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? I do. I met one at the art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. I remember our conversation and got you this. Ah, there it is. I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart, knowing it came from you. Aw, you're such a sweet talker. But you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I do have to go now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. There the little parakeets go. I shall miss them. For now, I shall sip. Baya. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes. A while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh. I thought I'd hibernated longer. You hibernated? At this time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the dreaming moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them, a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities do sound exciting. No! They are loud with their songs, and they're arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of marches. They walk around with torches of burning ember, and they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them once. Their dainty flowers intrigued me. I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy, adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me with their fiery brooms, chanting, "Demon, be gone," from the top of their tiny lungs. Yeah, that's pretty mean. But also, scary face Scott. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way, I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Last time I'm pretty sure I said give them another chance. So you know what? Going for broke. Maybe you should chase them out of your home. It's your swamp. If they can't be respectful about it, they can celebrate elsewhere. They traveled all the way to celebrate there. I don't want to crush their joy like fickle bones. They crushed your joy first. And they should learn that there are consequences for their actions. I guess I am very good at making people leave. I'll just haunt them a little bit. Maybe teach them some manners, empathy. I think you should stick with scaring them. But right now, I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out. Sorry. Too bad. Something else then. Do you still have those drinks that make you sturdy as tree bark, in case a torches come near me again? In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Okay, so fire resistance, that's the chili peppers. Triple defense, which I don't... No, sorry, that has none. Defense. There you go. We have the Frost Lagoon, or First Snow. We'll go Frost Lagoon, because it's also got a bit of a attack, which is what we need for fire resistance. Let's see, we'll end up with the Charisma, because it is the least important. And all this blue defense. Frost Lagoon confirmed, and a bit for my boy. Okay. It's a frosty lagoon to protect you from fire. Liquid tree bark, just for you. Oh, delicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I'm replanting it into the many small sniffling willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pill bugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. Oh, that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest. Heartburn? Loneliness. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa. Because only crickets were visiting, and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of me visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went where I knew people could use my services. The werewolf camp in the Ashen Grove. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung coupons up on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies, together with some jolly little bells, so that the wind might announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they'll visit me sometime. I didn't know you'd opened a spa. It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody, so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Baya. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. And I don't know how to speak emoji. You could also just come here more often, hand them out yourself. But there's no one else here, except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. If you have to come by, you have to come by earlier. During the day or earlier in the evening or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Just a little bit of stretch as he shuts down for the night. Rainy day. Twin flames on the 8th astral moon. I hope everyone has something to sip in the meantime. Hey, Jade's back. Hey, innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week to be exact. And you already miss me? Oh, little. Cute. I got my hands on a job, all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently, the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me of all my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Okay. Triple charisma. Actually, it's only got 2. Dang, it's about to go. I haven't done the nebula in a bit. We'll go back to classics with the spoken heart. End with defense to protect against the drunkenness. Bit of power and a heaping helping of charisma. Okay, I'm dancing around with the bottle too much. Too much fanciness. Well, it's early. Here's a little fortification for Ondu. Love my boy. Pat, pat, pat. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear it. Ooh. Apologies for the guy showing off his car and how loud it can get out in the street. Hopefully you can't hear it too badly. But let's turn up the music in the game to perhaps help with that. That should be good. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently, that darn Starfall damaged their barn. They somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out. Right at before their shearing appointment. Of course, the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding dairy at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That's someone being you. Obviously. Thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving. Possible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, thousands of beasts. And sorry. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was. Trust me. But luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh. Yeah, she's very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Clovers! Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Ha! Keep your secrets then, oh mysterious innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like them. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, Innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. What are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that'll restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly, and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry. They might not look it, but their drinks are actually really good. Ha, I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Energy, which I believe is power, yes. Which, yeah, we'll give the sailor courage for being an astral finfolk. I will have to do something to enhance. No. There we go, fire resistance. Keep the old bones from drying out, I suppose. Start with the power. Sandwich some charisma and some dexterity between it. Then wrap it up with the last of the power. Get it at the start, get it at the end. Have your sailor's courage, ma'am. And I will take my own sippy. Oh, wow. Impressed. Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade tells me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. Don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly? After your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a mite. I don't have any use for stones like these. Since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. It feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Yeah, that's a fun detail. Crochet hook instead of one of the big curved piratey hooks. Very fun. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. Don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Ha, you wish. I could go ahead and warn Jade against my former arch-nemesis. Jade, be on guard. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep. If your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now, watch how a real master does it. I gave her a warning. Did what I could. Hey, the aforementioned priestess who might find the citron blasphemous. Hello. Innkeeper, I have returned. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. Just Clay's alright. Are you okay, Clay? Yes. I'm just a bit sad, but that's okay. Not every day can be sunshine and ferrets. Yeah, we don't have a lot of ferrets around here. Sorry. It'll be okay. One's first quest can sometimes be a bit much. It wasn't my first quest. I just don't like when there's fighting. You were very good at it. I know. I like it more when we all get along in the end. Evil can't be reasoned with. Not everyone you disagree with is evil, though. Wise words. Can I offer you to a drink in exchange for hearing about what you encountered? I suppose that's fair. Clay, what would make you feel better? I don't know. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Alright, we're going for power. But not much, because he does seem upset. Yes, this seems funny. Some draconic power. Because the dragons are divine in this setting. Which is something I find quite fun. Oh, right, because I had a minus to charisma, that's right. I was like, why did that not work? There we go, one southern brawler from the man from the north. Fused with the divine dragon's energy. Try this. I think it might make for a good ferret replacement. This tastes strong and magic-y. Not as soft as petting a ferret. Still, I do love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry. I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Alright, alright. Then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Let's see if we can also get away with putting some of the draconic divine within her drink. She wants 3 defense. Not that. Get Frosted Lagoon. Which again we'll need to put in 2 to counteract the minus to charisma. But then it's all defense. You know what? Some fraud. Take this, totally not a D20. Some liquid vigilance, diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear it. Now, I believe you have earned yourself a story. Please, go ahead. Clay, do you want to start? No, I think you should go first. I missed your whole investigation. I suppose that is correct. Well then, as you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start investigating right here in Zenith. Specifically at the Fallen West Gate. It was a depressing sight to behold. So I've been told. I assume either Melanie or the vampire caught you up on their observations. Both, actually, but Melanie went into a lot more detail. Mostly about those wildfire badgers. Ah, yes. It was reckless of them to sneak after me like that. I'm glad I was there to save them. You too. Unfortunately, the rubble did not hide anything of value to me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell, or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree. Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were not as helpful as I'd have hoped. They didn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. Instead, they were much more interested in trying to sell me their rubbish. Sorry, need to sip there. Kept going on and on about how I desperately needed one of their acorn amulets. When I inspected one, the magic was so chaotic I could barely concentrate on its aura. All it gave me was a headache, so I passed on the allegedly grand opportunity. Seems like you missed out on a good deal. The protective magic of the Steely is no joke. It could have guarded you from squirrel attacks for the rest of your life. Dragons, you sound just like them. I think an acorn amulet would be nice. You should make one. That'd be fun. Will you enchant it for me? Anytime. Anyhow, when I rejected their offer, they told me I was worse than an astral humpback whale. When I inquired into the meaning of that phrase, they told me that such a whale had destroyed one of their scouting camps just a few days before. That apparently my rejection of their generous offer was a bigger slight. They didn't wish to elaborate further, but I had what I needed. No acorns, I assume. No, but a hint towards something that had caused unusual chaos very recently. Even if it had nothing to do with the Starfall, this creature clearly posed a threat to the settlement. So I'm not sure what you've done next, actually. Go swimming for a whale? Of course not. One would not find such a creature in the ocean. Obviously. I knew that. But it can be summoned with a celestial summoning ritual, which you know how to do. Naturally. So when night fell, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared to summon a whale. I don't mean to question your methods, but if you're going to summon an astral creature for answers, couldn't you have just summoned Cassiopeia herself? She would know what's going on, I'm guessing. Are you out of your mind? Summon a dragon? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. Unfortunately, my ritual was not as picture-perfect as I would have liked it to have been. I was not able to find any flimmering limpet shells, so I had to fall back to different ones, which meant the protective properties were a bit out of balance. I knew this meant that the whale was likely to break out of the protective bounds of my summoning circle. But sometimes, risks are necessary. You could have just waited for the tide to bring in new shells. I did not have the time, or the idea. I was prepared to defend myself. I did not need to waste time on alternative solutions. And except for the minor lack of protection, the ritual went off without a hitch. Normally, the burning of the shells would have scorched my hands, but luckily, I happened to be fireproof at that very moment. How convenient. When the last shell burned to a crisp, a colossal astral humpback whale appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I anticipated. Almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds unhealthy and dangerous. The creature was out of its mind the moment it fully materialized. I expected some initial hostility, but it did not even hesitate to attack me. Sounds like a very angry whale, or a very hurt one. I admit it was a tough foe. Its bite was strong and coated in the fire of a swallowed star. It attempted to swallow me too, several times. Most of its attacks could not damage me, of course. Thanks to your drink, it had no chance against my defenses. But it's still a massive beast. My attacks alone were not enough to bring it down. And that's where Clay came in? Exactly. My mace was in his maw and we were locked in a contest of strength. When suddenly, someone pushed it into the waves, granting me a moment to collect myself. Moments later, Clay was by my side. Together, we were able to vanquish the beast. Were you there for the whale too? No, I was collecting seashells. Seashells? Yes, for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Usually, at least. When I saw Tia fighting that whale, I had to step in. It looked terrified, you know. Every time the moonlight hit her armor, it bared its teeth, like it was trying to scare her off. After I pushed it out of the way, I thought I should try to calm it down. I tried communicating with it, told it to stop, but seemed too scared to even hear me, or in too much pain. In pain, every time it moved, it seemed to wince slightly, like when you carry logs all day and then someone asks you to help rearrange the kitchen. But I didn't have enough time to figure out what was wrong. It jumped right back at Tia. And Tia, right back at it. I did notice Clay trying to speak with it at first, and I considered stepping back for a moment, but I could not risk anyone else getting hurt. No doubt it would have ravaged the camp again, perhaps even the settlement. So you didn't manage to calm it down? No. I realized that I could only save one of them, so I pushed away my worries and helped Tia defeat it. He's a remarkable fighter. His incredible tenacity and brute force helped me defeat it quite quickly. Tia kept its attacks focused on her, and I dealt the final blow. When his weapon struck its body for the final time, it and the star in its belly exploded into stardust, that then slowly settled into the Carapace Sea. It was like 1,000 tiny stars, all now floating in the deep blue. Wow, that does sound beautiful. It doesn't sound like you found the information you were looking for, Tia. I did not. I was hoping to examine its body, but all that was left were miniature stars, seemingly stuck to the waves, gently crashing into the sand. She was really frustrated, so I suggested we could try talking to its ghost, like my granny likes to do. She said that astral waves don't have ghosts, which seemed wrong to me. They already have the perfect translucent body for it. The ghost was a dead end, but he did give me an idea. Through my innate connection to Cassiopeia, I realized I could try to commune with its fading essence through the stars it had left behind. Of course, I do not speak whale, but Clay does. You do? I can talk to animals. It's fantastic. It is. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappeared, like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily, Clay. Many Astraean creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but Pecos are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it's been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. By accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astraean friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention Ur, are finally open to us again after all these years. It's a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So, the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. Very small theory, just because this is a second run and some conversation bits come out different. I think the Innkeeper is some variety of immortal, or at least very powerful being. It's possible that they're the one that did this. This is not that's a bit heavy a topic to have, here in a tavern. So much as I can't speak of this too much because I am directly related. So how about something else? You still have to tell me what came of your conversation with the whale's essence. You're right, we are getting off track. I prepared a second ritual, this time a much gentler one, and with Clay's cooperation in mind. Clay, aren't you happy she was there to help you? I am. I'm so happy to have met her. Even if I wish it had been a less violent first meeting, it was a heroic one. Very much so. Fighting with a chosen of the dragons is a great honor. Perhaps you can learn a thing or two from her. That would be great. When I was done with my preparations, I kneeled down in the celestial waves, Clay's warm hand in mine, and I prayed to the Lady of the Gilded Sea that she would allow us a glimpse of the slain creature's soul. Did it work? Of course it did. It felt like bathing in a river of stars, but the stars had feelings and aches and even more feelings. Its thoughts were like a song of ice and fire. It sounded so scared and cold and sad. Cold is not what I would have expected from a whale with a star in its belly. Me neither. But that's when I realized what was wrong. Why it had looked so sickly and grey. The whale had been cursed with a potent frostbite that had frozen its body from the inside out. A very painful condition that would drive anyone to madness. If you're scared, angry, and hurt enough, you'll do a lot of things you might later regret. Together, we dove deeper into its memories and discovered how it had been afflicted. It fought some sort of evil creature on 2 legs that kept throwing things at it. A creature on 2 legs? So, humanoid then. We assume. Turns out whales don't care much about our appearances, so its memories were blurry at best. During the fight, it swallowed some kind of stone that made its song turn black and white. It tasted horrible. When you're a whale, you don't really worry about swallowing stones. You worry about the 2-legged monster throwing things at you. I would too. Alright, big yawn there out of nowhere. Ooh. Just wanting to escape. It fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying that camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Luckily, its anger subsided when I found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly, this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. The kind of cold it felt was awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. That potent frostbite I mentioned. It seems a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly, but apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate pharaohs? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. It looked like all the stars suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand all of what happened, but it felt bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. Not everyone is as strong as you are. Well, they should try to be. Now the whale's legacy is destruction. I doubt it wanted that. Maybe not. It certainly left behind a small natural wonder. It seems that even the darkest moments leave behind some light. They do. I just wish it hadn't cost a life. Sometimes, that's what heroism is about. Sacrifice. Don't kid yourself. Heroism is about fun. Sorry, I misread the tone of that sentence. Heroism is about fun, making new friends. Hi, by the way. Hi. The whale caused the stars to fall from the sky. I wouldn't call that fun. The friend part usually comes first. I'm not particularly interested in making friends with creatures that cause so much damage. My dear, you can learn a lot from giving people some grace, rather than condemning them for all eternity. Sometimes, granting strangers a space to grow can change everything. The beast could have grown into a supernova, or into the new East Star. I could not have taken such a risk. You seem like you have control issues. Maybe try being more like your friend here. You know how to let loose, right, buddy? I think I'm pretty fun at parties, if that's what you mean. But sometimes when I let loose, people get hurt. Like that whale. So maybe Tia is right. Self-control is important. My, you're all a bunch of mopey clowns. You are incredibly unconcerned about the impact of letting something that dangerous live. If it had continued causing trouble, this weirdo over here would have just made another quest out of it. But I guess you're too young to understand the virtue of taking it easy. With age, you learn things just happen as they happen, over and over again. Sounds like you just want to avoid taking responsibility for your role in that cycle. I intend not to be part of it. I intend to actually change things. So far you seem like a pretty standard cleric. Maybe a bit too paladin for my tastes, but if you say so. I just hope you can live with the changes you cause. 'Cause you're gonna have to. And the hiccup came out of nowhere. I am ready to take responsibility. At least that's better than apathy. Dragons, I did not miss religious zealotry. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. give it a proper sailor's courage this time. You know what? Citron for everyone. Let's see. Go. You have to do 2 of this just to get 1. That's what makes a Southern Brawler into a sailor's courage. Okay, I'm going to take a quick second to stretch the limbs. It's just for everyone else, about 2 hours into... Sorry, almost 2.5 hours into stream. Ooh, get your knees going if you never stood up, take a break, or grab a drink earlier, which even then was about an hour ago. Okay. Some twists of the waist. And that's good. Okay. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid. I'll give you that. What you can do now, kid? Now that your big bad whale is defeated. Find out who is behind this. Clearly the whale was merely the byproduct of some sort of agenda. Agenda I hardly know of. I must find out what that is. Justice never sleeps, does it? It cannot afford to. No one's going to thank you for working yourself to the bone. People usually prefer you sticking around instead. Which is something I'm not going to do right now, because I have a card game to win. Good luck with your agendas. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, do you want to go? No, she was just being overly dramatic. Oh, I see. Maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. And that lady was right. You could use some rest. I think she greatly underestimates the importance of this situation. Both of those things can be true at the same time. Clay, you do have a point that age can bring wisdom few of us can otherwise aspire to. Perhaps the knowledge we need to uncover this conspiracy lies not in the future, but in the past. After all, the past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold, but I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Maidon archives, the Gaian one to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos, grew in size in each day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope. Not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Speak for yourself. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that much. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands, then. Wonderful. You don't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment to this, innkeeper. This is very short notice, as are disasters typically. Hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do. People to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. I'm not interested. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see a workaholic in action. Don't worry. I'll go with her and make her some bread. Warm bread always helps me feel. Sorry, helps me when I'm feeling sad. I think she might need some. That's very kind of you, Clay. Make sure you get some too. I couldn't resist warm bread if I tried. Do you want some as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime. I hope you like bread rolls. Who doesn't? I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some Astra friends might make you feel a bit better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I also managed to collect a bit of stardust so that I could always remember the whale. I didn't really know what to do with it at first, but on my way back I combined it with some sea glass. Initially, I wanted to be a gift for Tia, but I don't think she would like it that much. But it would look very good in your tavern, innkeeper. It's up here, there it is. That's amazing. Excellent craftsmanship, I have to say. Are you sure I can keep it? I can see you're appreciating it. That's more than enough for me. Thank you very much. It's stunning. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I suppose I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Sorry, that line got to me last time too. Be a whole person, Clay. And don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself, too. Thank you, Clay. Me too. I hope I'm conveying the emotions I'm reading into these pretty well for you guys. Because I never really got into voice acting myself, but it is fun to do it for talkie games like this. Trying to use tone to perhaps give a bit more character to some of these lines. Top of the no. Not enough gravel with that voice there. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. One second, I just glanced over and it kind of looks like this spatula hand attachment is just a ponytail, and that's just funny to me. Let's see. A fellow Mida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. I'm pretty sure I asked about this last time. So, Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. Does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ha! Don't get smart with me now, O Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. Oh, wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Midas since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. It's a match already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Look, jeez, popped up out of nowhere. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, X. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere, I know. You got it. Today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Okay, gonna need some sip before this, because holy crap. Okay, 5 voices at once. We've got Scully and a little bit of raspy low. High energy young boy like Gus from the Owl House. Jade, who is a somewhat distinguished, not quite Laura Croft material, but pretty close. And normal speaking voice for Innkeeper, so for her. Greetings. Greetings, everyone. Yeah, kind of elfy like I have for Fable. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex. And this is Grace, my little sister, who looks like she might end up being taller than you someday. Okay, just pause all around. Yes, I know she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourself. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist. A fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. Haven't attended one what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual, full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a magical connoisseur. I'd love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something for me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. The F sound there is important. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. So, heavy on the brains. I believe... Yes, the Sparkling Nebula. That fits. Let's see, anything fun here? No dexterity. No dexterity again. There we go. Double brain. What's that again? No. Alright, so. Double brains, we only need a little bit more. As well as 2 charisma. For my little boy, Sparkling Nebula. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why I said Sparkling Nebula. Okay. There we go. Joy, a taste of the stars. My, this is delightful. See, I told you. They definitely know their craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Okay, triple charm, which I know got spoken heart. Bring it to the sunny breeze, despite it being late. Just because it has some mental as well. Oh yes, that'll work quite nicely. Some haste, even though he won't need it. Okay. Charisma at the end. Oh, wait, no. Forgot, it's already got a perfect amount of dexterity. We need 3 mind to make up for the minus. And the last of the charisma. So it gets the boost at the beginning and the end of the wonderful sunny breeze. Here you go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. Warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theopractically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You would just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talk about studying in degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist, at the Gaian Everbloom Archives to be precise, before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been any good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Actually, no. Let's do this, because I'm pretty sure I did the environment well last time. Maybe you just need to think about it a bit harder. I think that might not be specific enough. Can you recall their environment surrounding them? Perhaps that stayed the same. A little, I believe. Might have even woken up close by. My early memories of skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders, sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember as if it was yesterday. And the music stops, understandably. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maidon archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? It sounds just like the Gravelmac. Sharp rocks, next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane, at least. Or else I would have heard about it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravelmac anyway. Oh, you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade already today. Thank you for your reluctant services. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. Gambling at my bar, yeah. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. Oh, it's nothing, really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands. And I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like yourself. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, theopractically. Alrighty, so we've got a new quest. About the Gaia Everbloom, and I know there's one about the Mavelmac. No. There we go. Mavelmac. There we go. So, the Maidon archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The Gaia Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. Deep within the Gravelmac hide lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers, though the verdict is still out on their cuteness level. That quest is written. Raiders of the Lost Archives. The Lost Maidon Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the Gravelmac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Signed, In Keep. Alright, the end of another day, another feeding of Ondu, sweeping out the dust, and extinguishing our ever-burning candle. But I think that is a good stopping point for today. I normally end at 5 CST, which is about another 10 minutes from now. So we'll just go ahead and have it get to the next scene start and save here. And I will, let's see, maybe stream next weekend. I'll be able to actually finish up this particular act. But till then, okay, for a second there I was concerned about which Starlight Sonata, but yeah. I'll try that one, which, yeah. Ooh, I gotta get more progress on my my main one. I don't want to be surpassed by the stream. Yeah, with that said, let's go ahead to my BRB screen and find someone to raid out to. Okay, where is... I have that window up. I guess I closed it. Okay, who is currently on Twitch? I know the wonderful Lola Lolatov is on... Let's see. I think we'll go to Gravewalker playing Master of Orion. She doesn't seem to have a whole lot of people on right now, so let's see if we can't change that. Okay, got muted. So... Oh, of course I come in right as the stream ended. Cool. Okay, never mind. I guess we're not raiding to her. So I literally came in just to see if there's an ad break. It's like, oh no, 2 seconds and it ended. But then immediately restart it? No, I guess that's just a weird loading thing. Never mind. Ah, Winkas. What does it mean she's currently unavailable? What? That's weird. I guess there's some summoner event thing happening? Shame. Alright, then I guess we'll go Thola, though we are about an hour and a half into the tabletop game she is running. The wrong thing to copy paste for easier read. All the pop-ups. Come on. Okay. Sorry, it's guessed with so many streamers. So it's just mouse over a name and it's like, hey, you mean them? Actually, wait, before that raid, I do need to give a shout out to the raid we had earlier today from Woody Wool. Okay, yeah, it's spelled correctly, so I should have that as a shout. Let's see, Woody Wool. Did I do it correct? I did not, okay. Maybe I have it as just SO. There we go. I need to get better about remembering that when people raid in. But many thanks to Woody coming in with their well, viewers trust me with them, and especially thank you to anyone who was interested enough to just stay on during that stream. Really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Now let's get the raid proper to... Oh, it's slash raid, that's right. Yeah, because they're in the middle of actual gaming session, so do not do the raid message. We're not distracting them too much. It's enough for them to know that we are here to help support and enjoy. Yeah, as always, I hope my viewers, my tome readers, all of you who visited today are eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your body so it can take care of you. And hope to see you around.